Hi, I'm Kim. I'm a Chinese medical provider. I'm licensed and certified, and I'm also a Taoist practitioner. So, a lot of what got me into clean eating was understanding the healing properties of foods. And you know what? That happened when I had my own personal run in with my health. And you might have experienced something similar where suddenly something happened to your health and you knew that you only had one option. Either you had to make a change, or guess what? You were going to get stuck being sicker, sicker, sicker. And then someday you were going to have some major event that was going to completely change your world in a bad way, in a way that you didn't want it to change. And that's what I was facing. And when I ended up facing that, I had to do more than just clean eating. I had to really look at food and kind of understand what their healing properties were so that I could eat foods that could address some of the health concerns that I was having. Okay, so then I found out that there's a whole lot of other things that go into clean eating. And one of the things that went into clean eating is that I don't know about you, but I'm pretty busy. I'm pretty busy all the time, and finding time to cook, as much as I love cooking, I love cooking and I love baking. So some of my favorite things to do right now, because, it's your own thing. You get to figure out, you get to explore the different tastes, the different textures, and kind of figure out how these different textures fit together and what makes them really rock. And I can tell you, I did a chicken pot pie last night, and it was amazing. So I did it with chicken, I did it with apples, and one of the things that I found was there was a sheep cheese from Bulgaria. Now, I can't touch any cheese from the United States. I don't know what's going on with our dairy here, but bad news. I cannot touch it. So, but I can, for some reason, touch all dairy that comes out of Europe or from some of the Asian countries. And that kind of goes to what's going on in our food supply chain and just how we're taking care of our animals, how we're taking care of the cleanliness of our food supply chain. But I got this sheep cheese from Bulgaria. I thought, wow, that's really neat. It looks really amazing. Wonder what it tastes like. So I got it and I took a bite of it, and it has a little bit of a goat texture to it, but it was also salty. It was a little bit salty. So if you've done goat cheese, not near as creamy, is a little bit crumbly, and then it had a salty texture, salty kind of vinegar bite to it. And I thought, you know what? When I do this chicken pot pie, I am going to use that cheese on it, because all the ingredients that I was using in my chicken pot pie was mild. So it was chicken, it was onions, it was carrots, it was a little bit of garlic. And then the chicken in that, I sauteed all that together, put it in, and then I crumpled this cheese on top. And then I covered it in the pastry. And those flavors exploded together. That pot pie was the most amazing comfort food. If you like comfort food from a healthy perspective, and I grew up in the Midwest, we love comfort food. And one of the things for me with clean eating was learning how to make comfort food in a way that it was still clean. Okay. So I had time to make this pot pie last night, and it took me about an hour because I make my own pastries. So I had the best pastry. And so I made the pastry, threw that in the refrigerator, put all the other ingredients, cut them all up, threw them in a pan, and sauteed them to simmer together. And then I brought the pastry back out, rolled it, cooked the bottom for 10 minutes, put the ingredients in, put the cheese on top, covered it with the top layer of the pastry, threw that in the oven for a half hour. So putting them all together took about an hour, and then another half hour of cooking. So that, I don't know about you, but I don't have that kind of time all the time. Yeah, I rarely have that kind of time. So if we were dependent on me having that kind of time to cook that stuff, I'd never get to clean eating, and we'd be starving. So, so that is what brought up the whole thing of kitchen gadgets. We need to use kitchen gadgets to make our life easier and to allow us to continue to eat clean while saving time. And that's a big part of it, because the days that I'm working, it's all about saving time. It's about how can I get out of the house fast enough to get to work on time, or when I come home, how can we get dinner on the table fast enough so that I'm not doing a lot? And so that's what I've been talking about this week, is what are some of the gadgets that I like to use? And, I was talking about the blenders. I was talking about the slow cookers. Now, I also like the Instapot, but you notice the blender, the slow cooker, that is old technology. You and I, we had that when we were growing up, right? So why I brought those two up is because it is old technology. And you know what that means? Is that you can get those on the cheap, right? You can find them at a Goodwill or a Salvation Army for pennies. But let's say you didn't want to do that. Well, you can still find them in like a discount market for still pennies, for $30. So one of the things that I found when I was thinking about cooking is I needed the gadgets, but if I didn't have the gadgets, they had to be inexpensive, because right now with inflation and everything, it might be a little bit tight. And you know what? If it's a little bit tight and you can't cook and your solution is to go get fast food, then, you're just doing yourself 10 bad favors right there. That fast food is going to make you so sick in the long run, so tired, so exhausted. So if you're tired, exhausted, and overworked right now, eating that fast food is just going to make it worse. So that's what I was facing. And, part of it is, okay, I'm going to start clean eating. How am I going to do that? I've got to find some gadgets that can really make my time much quicker and much easier. And I can tell you with those blenders, I can make my smoothies in like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And so I can be out the door in 5. That's like the best solution for me. And then the slow cookers, you can do everything in it. You saw that I did my chicken broth in it. And from a Chinese medical perspective, chicken broth is like one of the best things that you can eat for recovery and to support your overall health. So you can make chicken broths, you can make chicken soups, you can make chilies. One of our favorites, one of my husband and I, our favorites is making chili in a slow cooker. Now, I can do a modified clean eating or I can do a hardcore clean eating. When we're doing modified clean eating, we will get the cans of beans and throw it in the slow cooker and then add in a vegan chili if we want on top of that, or a tofu instead of vegan chili, because the vegan ones are like $4 and just the tofu is like $2. So there's a big difference in price, right? Or so we'll throw that in, and if we're doing it that way, it takes 20 minutes. But the way I really like doing it is to take a small scoop of 5 different beans, throw them in the slow cooker, cook them overnight, then add in the vegan chili. And if I want to add in something like barley or wheat berries to add in more protein and give it a different texture and different flavor. So there is a lot of things that you can do with gadgets that mean that you only have to spend minutes, and it can slow cook, it can cook overnight, and it can be ready when you're home the next day, and it takes almost no effort from you. So I'm big on gadgets. I love the Instapot too. That one's, you can't really find that in the like Goodwill or something yet. But I did find mine on super sale. So I got mine on super sale on one of the holidays. And I didn't need a big one because it's just my husband and I. So I definitely didn't need a big one. And that I can cook chicken in that in 20 minutes. It was amazing. I can cook rice in something like 10 minutes or something. It was amazing how fast that could cook things. So the Instapot was another one that I liked. And then the last one that I really liked, that is one of the newer ones, newer tech appliances out there, is the air fryers. Now, I didn't think I was going to like air fryers. I thought that was total nonsense. It sounded really gross because I hate air popped popcorn. And I figured I wasn't going to like the air fryer. I actually love the air fryer. I think that is the coolest gadget I could ever have because, yeah, I want to clean eat, but you know what? My favorite food is still French fries. And now I can make French fries from real potatoes. I just spray them with oil and throw them in the air fryer and turn them every 10 minutes. And I get these great crispy French fries. I can do the same thing with sweet potato fries, which makes me feel like I'm doing something really positive for my health because now it's sweet potatoes. So, when you're thinking about your gadgets, the air fryer, I think you could find an air fryer at a Goodwill or something, but you could find them more so at discount stores. And then the other thing is when you're looking for sale items. So think about your gadgets to help make your clean eating more, make it easier for you to do your clean eating. And these gadgets have to make your life quicker, faster, and easier. So when I want French fries, sure, it'd be so much easier to go to McDonald's or something like that and just destroy my health. But I can do these at home. I just have to cut them up, throw them in the air fryer, and cook them for 10, 20 minutes. And then I have these great fries. And the only thing I have to clean out is the basket on the air fryer. That's pretty easy for me. Okay, you guys, that's some thoughts on, hey, how do I get gadgets that can help make my life easier so I really can practice more clean eating? Those are 4 that I really like. 2 of them are old tech, the blender and the slow cooker. You can find those at any Goodwill. And then 2 of them are newer tech, which is the Instapot and the air fryer. And those always go on super sale when we're around the holidays. You guys stay safe. Keep on top of your clean eating. And until next time, I'll catch you on the other side of your health.